Alright guys, Beeline here, back with more. Disco Elysium. Don't even know what I'm doing. Actually, we should probably listen to the podcast, just because, why not?
You're not wrong.
Yeah, no, I would probably go that route too. Yeah, I don't know. The challenge is in a weird spot. This, the last season I thought was really good. A couple seasons before that, I think that'd be good. But this feels like a really big, just total transition season where they just wanted to get a total influx of new people, and they're just let's just do it all in one batch. And then maybe 5, 6, 7 of these people stick, and then we have a whole new crop of people going forward. But it's hard to have that much emotional connection to these people when you don't really know them at all. They really have, most of them have no shot for the early part of the game. It's all the rookies that are just going in against each other. So we're in a weird spot, both for the challenge and this season.
I love this season for us because I think I am much higher on this season overall than you seem to be. And I certainly think this episode wasn't a bad episode, so this is a fun role reversal for us as well.
Yeah, talk me up. Because,
I'm just gonna look it up.
I'm not feeling it. Again, I just like this is kind of how I feel about Big Brothers. I don't like when going in you kind of know where it's gonna go, and nothing has happened to shift that. And right now, until a rookie team gets power, or maybe in a week or two when all the rookie teams are gone and it's at least rookie vets, and something starts to happen, then I'll get into it. But right now, I'm just not fully into it.
I think, and this has nothing to do with the challenge, and it's still a great comparison, but I'm going to use it as a segue to talk for 1 second about Big Brother, which is Big Brother fans have been waiting for the hopes of, anyone can be HOH and power can shift week to week for 10 seasons now, when's the last time that actually bared fruit? Almost never. Do not at me, Big Brother fans. I truly don't care. But it's a fair comparison. But I don't know. I think I'm getting to know the new people. I think they're doing a really good job of sort of, it's kind of a shame because CT, Kyle, certain vets are getting completely sidelined. But I'm happy we're not seeing the same sort of Big Brother power concern between Devin and Josh. I actually like that the vets are working together because we don't have to see the same sort of tired storylines over and over again. And I think they're treating there are certain people who we'll talk about later when the beep beep happens, but we're getting very certain people are purple, but we are getting to know the new people in what I think is a digestible quantity. So I'm with them. I'm still with them. We'll see.
Yeah, look, there's 3 episodes for them, so I'm hoping some of them are going to stick. There's so many of them and they're paired with veterans, so some of them are going to be here come episodes 7, 8, 9, 10 when eventually the veterans and stuff like that will have to start.
Okay, so I guess we have to clear that.
Get into it even more. So
that's what the guide
some
says.
Of the more enjoyable ones stick and make a name for themselves. We've lost Kels, who I really liked. I wasn't super into Tasha, but she made a name for herself after her exit, so kind of wish she stuck around after that. But we'll see which one of these rookies pop.
I don't know why I think I'm Guy Fieri that I kind of want to do on Guy's Grocery Games where he sneaks in the 3, 2, 1, go. Just by the fact that I said beep beep in a sentence, you should have instantly recounted the results.
I think you have to say it 3 times. It's like Beetlejuice. Okay,
well, Beetlejuice is famously too scary for me, so I've never seen it. I'm not sure.
So I guess you won't be checking out Candyman then. That also will be big in the Lash movies.
This is now the second time I've mentioned that I saw Suicide Squad, but I don't love seeing scary adjacent movies, and by scary adjacent I mean intended for adults. So Suicide Squad, for example, although that's arguably not intended for adults. It was rated R. Okay, I'm back. Intended for adults is that you see scary previews. You know where you don't see scary previews? Rom-coms, period pieces, children's movies. Sonic the Hedgehog. No scary previews. Anyway, the Candyman was previewed. I was staring at my lap the entire time. I couldn't even watch the preview.
But those scary scene, then Devin thinking he's the hottest commodity in town. He did the same strategy of just wanting to be picked. I think that's just the move now. If you show any sense of confidence and pointing to yourself, that's how you get picked to be a partner on the challenge.
Ooh, a smoother transition we've never had. That was beautiful. Yeah, I don't get it. And again, we both watched the after show.
I suppose.
No rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb. Trying to talk to the wind. The city, whatever you thought would happen, is trying to talk to the city.
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography, at least. And then there's the church. If I were a murder suspect, I would not hide in the most prominent building.
Or spiritual. She could...
Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first. Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk. An adventure awaits. An adventure on the windswept urban coast.
So thanks to people who wrote in and still sent us the votes, because I didn't screen cap it, so it was great to know that we had that on Twitter. And I'm still waiting for like an explanation, but Devin wasn't on this week. I really want to know, like, what can we get one confessional of him explaining why he wants to be picked? Is it just like a brag situation? Because when CT, spoiler alert, is picked at the end of this episode by his current partner, he's like, "Suck it, Devin." So is it just that Devin's bragging and the partners are so inconsequential right now to the veterans that it doesn't even matter?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe the first time with Michelle, it was like, oh, Michelle seems like a good partner. I actually do want her to pick me. And then when it worked, he was like, you know what? Yeah, let's try it again. Let's see if I can get picked again, because that would be really funny. And then it worked again. So he's like, yeah, I'm going to play this up. I know I'm not the strongest. I know I'm not the biggest guy. But you know what? Everyone wants to pick me, so I'm going to play it up. Devin is... If he is nothing, but he is not humble. So he will play that card as much as he can.
He's not humble. I think he enjoys manipulating women specifically. He enjoys manipulating everyone. But again, having just watched his already the one season, it's like he's running the same tired games in the challenge house.
Yeah, but you know what? They're working. I mean, he's one of the stars of the season right now. So for 3 episodes, a lot of the stuff's working.
Look, if it works is an excuse that I would give to every man who manipulates me and other women, I would be in trouble. Like, oh yeah, well it worked, so we're fine there.
Fair enough.
Brian Cohen, quote, "But it works." Put that on the tote.
Yeah, no, don't do that. That's not what get canceled.
Let's talk about Ed and Tori. I think being partnered with Ed is the best thing to happen to Tori. I mean, since Kells, but really, like, her likability factor, I know, has just climbed, and I think this team Ted, better off Ted.
Yeah, so this scene was great for Tori. Ed's super likable. I mean, how can you not, like, just, you know, if you're being around him, I don't know how you don't, like, smile and laugh. He just, as Tori says, just exudes that positive energy, which is usually pretty lacking in the challenge, so that's great.
I like pot of energy. He's a little pot of energy.
But Tori was great, and then Tori, anytime Tori is not around Ed, she has, I think, the worst social game the show has, like, maybe ever seen. I mean, she could not have played this week any worse other than just throwing herself into elimination. When we begin, it's crazy how bad she has become at this game compared to where she started as, like, one of the most excitable rookies that the show's had in a long time.
Okay, well, she did one thing right. I just wanted Tori's defense. The outfit she wore to the lair is exactly what you would wear if you were a secret agent, spy, and power. The earrings, like, everything was on point. Otherwise, absolutely nothing Tori did this week since being gathered around the bowl of cabbage with Ed. It was all downhill from there for sure. I have 1,000 questions about Tori's game. You want to take them now?
Let's do it.
All right. Kyle Picard is offering to give the voted in person who they want in elimination ever worth it? What could Tori have gained by giving Tatcha who she wanted? So number one, huge blunder. We're really jumping out of order here, but she goes in, she owes Tatcha nothing. She, as far as we can see, has like no relationship with her except that she says she likes her. Tasha later's like, I think Tori's fake as hell. And she's just making an unnecessary enemy here.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely worth doing if you plan on following through with it. If you're looking to, establish a friendship or, build a connection even more or show your loyalty to someone, sure, you ask the person who's going in that was voted in out of your control who you would want, and then go from there if you plan on following through with it. But if you don't, there is no reason why you have to go up to that person. And it's not like Tasha came to Tori and said, I want this person. Tori's like, I'll think about it, I'll do what I can. She created this situation. It's crazy.
Patrick M says, was this episode peak sloppy Tory gameplay, revealing too much at deliberation, wanting to go after the Vets Alliance, running to T and J? Oh, so Jeremiah and Tasha. And so are we on an initial basis with Tasha and Jeremiah?
I thought that was like Josh and who's the T? I don't know.
Big T? Like we call it just Big T. And saying she wants them to stay. Doesn't seem like the best moves in the house that are still being figured, in a house that is still being figured out. I'll add the half measure with Big T. She runs right up to the line of threatening Big T's life in the game, including the speech she makes at the lair. At that point, the damage is done. You're basically giving Big T permission to turn on you later by saying, if I don't come for you, you are going to come for me. What an absolute sloppy half measure.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say...
Exactly, Sonny. I agree, too.
Exactly, I know. It's not even a half measure. It's like a 90% measure. Shut up. Shut up!
Oh, my God. A National Dog Day, no less.
I know. It's a 90% measure because, she is openly campaigning. Shut up!
What? I'm laughing at you.
Oh, my God.
I have no clue what this is.
Sonny, please be quiet.
You screaming like that at the dog. Like that Sonny can appreciate that. It was an all-time moment. This is better than the dog.
He's not going to shut up because there's a stupid dog that's probably walking across the hallway to go to the bathroom and he hears a little jiggling and he can't fucking take it.
Oh my God. Shut up.
Emily's not even here. She's away for the weekend, so she can't get into control. So, this is the third co-host for the podcast. It's just...
There's a ladder.
Oh my God.
This is my favorite. It's not that bad. I mean, I don't know what it's like on your end, but like...
Okay. Oh my God. Tori. She's openly campaigning against Big T in a conversation with Big T. And saying, if I vote you in, this could be what I would doing. Oh my God! Okay.
Oh, there's a ladder.
I gotta go get him. Big Tori's crazy.
All right, I'm gonna keep talking while you handle your dog because we're certainly not cutting this out. This is my favorite part of the podcast in 7 years. What's great is as we've said many times, Brian doesn't get rattled. Brian's the normal level-headed person. I'm out here causing shadow bans, people can't be on the podcast and they don't even know it. And to see Brian really go off is my highlight of my week.
I love this dog. He's gonna kill me.
Real strong dad energy coming from you.
I know, National Dog Day too. It's crazy.
All right, I have another question. Also, I have to compliment you to be that thrown off by the dog and then come back immediately to finish the sentence you were saying about Tori without skipping a beat. This is truly incredible. Again, we're not editing this.
That's how bad Tori was. I needed to get the full point across and how preposterous she was this entire episode.
We're not going to edit this, but you made it easy that we could seamlessly edit out the whole part and just sentence to sentence, word to word. We'd be right there. Oh my God. All right, one more question. This question's for Sunny specifically. Derek Boucher says, how bad is Tori? I like her, but man, her social politics skills are trash. It didn't seem like that in Dirty 30. Here's a hot take from Derek. But was maybe Jordan actually good for her game?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad of a take because I think it's a situation where if you're around someone who is so polarizing, you have to tone yourself down so much and be the straight man and you can't have two polarizing people as a pair. That's not going to work. So Jordan took over all of that bad social game and Tori was able to kind of keep herself level. And then when Jordan was gone, she was like, all right, I'm going to take over.
It's like us in podcasting. Like, I'm such a hothead, and I pop off for the slightest things, and you keep your cool. But then Sunny goes out of control, and then you're the problem.
Exactly.
Shut up! I can't get over that. Oh my god, I won't recover. Okay. Oh, Emily's not even here. She's away for the weekend.
I was like, should I hold Sunny? Like, do I have to hold him the whole time on podcast, or can I just let him be free? He's on his bed, he'll be fine. And boom. Chaos.
Are you holding him now?
Yes.
Are you on his bed?
Down there.
No, he's now on the floor. I got him on like his little leash, and like his long leash, so he can roam, but he's just like, I got him on.
He's on his long leash. Okay. Dog owners are hilarious. Anyway, I'm now distracted. I can't come back. Oh, okay. So, like, Ceci, to take it off Tori for a minute, I think we both totally agree it was a full botch from her. Another botch from her old, I almost said old lover, and that would have been a botch on my part, because that's gross to say. But Fessy, as predicted by us, completely botches the rollout of... maybe we orchestrated a plan. Maybe it was me. Like, don't, Fessy, just...
Not to mention that the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead, what if you were to do something more subtle? What if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder?
Teleportation is not a thing. This really has nothing to do. Oh yes, it could hurt a lot.
All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness in Zoot, zap, ow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear. Your atoms fading out of existence.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement.
I just saw you climb the ladder. You just climbed it like a regular person.
No, not like a regular person. Like a phased. The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly, blowing away the lieutenant's voice, faintly in the ear.
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside.
Help himself. If he does anything that seems semi-competent strategy-wise, he has to, stand on the rooftops and shit. He can't handle himself. Same with Josh. They're both up in the same cloth. If they do anything that can be thought of as strategic in a positive sense, they have to make sure it's known, and that takes away the positivity from it.
He also brags to the exact wrong person, right? And credit to Big, not just a lack of credit to Fessy, but credit to Big T, who manipulates him and pumps in for information expertly. But she is noticing she was cut out of a big vet plan. So not only should Fessy keep his mouth shut about the plan generally, but he's telling it to one of the worst people to tell it to, the person who was directly cut out of it.
Yeah, rough spot for Big T. She points out she's being cut out from the plans. She's being called out at the nomination. She's really not in a good spot amongst the vets. She should be the one. We've been waiting for someone to rally the troops with the rookie alliance.
Fuck, didn't mean to do that.
If the vets are worried that Big T's doing that, she might as well just do it and try to just play that game, because she's not going to be able to get that far just rolling with the vets.
And I think, to the vets' credit, not to turn on Big T, but, you gotta call a spade a spade. It's not just that, as Corey says, like, no one knows where she stands. She's like, gets along better socially with the rookies. So what does that mean for like her loyalty to the vets? They've also watched last season, right? Or was this filming during it because this was like such a crazy timing?
They at least experienced it, though. They saw her, how she acted and what she did, and how she was able to like get in with people.
Right, and like she played completely both sides just this last season. That's not something you're going to be able to repeat season after season.
Right. No, absolutely not. And we got to point out that, you know, she's now, like Amber B is now going to be thought of as, you know, a big final threat because of how well she did. This is Big T's focal point. She's going to be thought of as a big social threat. And unfortunately for her, she doesn't really have the physicality to back up that game if she gets tossed into multiple eliminations. So it's kind of a tough spot for her to kind of maneuver her way out of.
Agree. I also think, like, Big T can afford to just lay low with the vets, and then she will not at all be anyone's priority when the vets turn on each other. So I almost think she's slightly overplaying, although I understand her desire to have agency in the game. Like, right, that's what we love about Big T, is that she doesn't just like coast and count herself out. She considers herself and proves herself to be a real strategic threat in the game. So she's sort of hurting herself by doing too much, but we wouldn't want it any other way.
Nope. Well, let's get Big T in power again, like one time this season at least, just so we can re-experience the queen energy that she delivered last season.
And you're saying you wish that at this point Big T would just or should just go with the rally the troops, sort of the Wes energy of rallying the Island of Misfit Toys Alliance. Coriel seems to be the only person even thinking that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, we have Ed in a position of power, says, I don't want to get involved, I'm just going to listen to Tori, I'm going to do whatever she wants. And that's kind of just been the theme of, like, if there's a rookie who gets in power, they're like, I don't want to ruffle any feathers because I see what happens to the other rookies, so I'm just going to kind of slide on by and let the vet make the decision. And there really isn't that rookie leader. Maybe it would have been Kells if he was able to stick around a little bit longer, but there really isn't that person to rally everyone. I think it's just because they all come from so many different shows, so many different walks of life. It's not like they're all coming in from the same Real World season or the same Mario the One season where they used to have some history. Like, these are complete strangers, so to expect them to all kind of rally together is kind of it's just unlikely.
That's a really good point. I also think we're losing out. This is a symptom of, or a side effect, I should say, of having the goal be to continue to get invited back onto shows, onto seasons of the challenge in the future. Because if this was a one-shot deal for $1 million type thing, I think we would be seeing people take bigger swings and try to rally together. But your best case scenario is sort of what we called Tori's rookie season as like one of the best rookie seasons anyone ever had, because she integrated herself.
A strange pain, like you've never felt. If the darkness takes over as you feel yourself slipping into an unknown.
Wait, what? We actually died? Okay.
Cop dies under the...
That's bizarre. Oh, fuck off. It's all the way back there. Oh, so you... Okay. So we fucked up because we needed a Kim.
Yeah.
The distance. In addition, the first... Not to... What if you were to reconceptualize?
This really... Oh yes, it could hurt. A lot.
All you need to do is close your zoom. Bang! You find yourself.
I just saw.
No, not like a regular person.
Never.
Alright, so I guess that's where we fucked up. Alright, so what are we supposed to do here then? Is it something over here? Alright. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I guess this is the point of no return though, which is interesting. It is down here still. Alright. Quick save real quick. How do we let him through? Oh, there we go.
2 rusty metal plates. The door.
Huh. After you climbed up to the roof, you mean? There's... Yes, we have an exit. So let's get going. Time to investigate these passages.
Alright, Alright, let's just rush into it because I really don't care. Oh wait, fuck. It's not this one.
Suddenly, your entire body. It's like 1,000 radio stations up.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
As she says the word officer, you feel a spike in the agony. No, buddy, that's not going to help. You can't shield yourself from this. It's an entirely new type of experience.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing is the you blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
That boy's really gotta learn to keep his trap shut. And it's not a bloody pale emitter. It doesn't emit pale.
Right behind you, officer.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world.
Alright, I'm looking this up right now. Like, I have the full list of missions from the official wiki and everything. Yeah, we're at the end game, I believe. This is so essentially we're like kind of reaching the final act, but again, not gonna finish it today though.
Keep on talking. Look for an opportunity to break loose.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not the cops, and of herself merely as prey.
Yeah, I stuck the pale. I built it my...
That's a
Oh yeah. Way beyond. No. If you've got something...
turn this.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down.
She's carrying a two-barreled... Well, it doesn't feel much better. There's only 3 meters between you and the... Be careful when you make your move. That'll be it for questions. Bide your time.
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching. Though I doubt that makes much of a... Who ratted me out, by the way? Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me? Oh, fuck. Took some convincing my ass. Those guys liked me, I know it. This is what happens to people whom people like. How the fuck did the rest of you get by? What shit? I told you I didn't...
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particular... Yeah, sure.
I hate to be the bearer.
You think I was envious? Plenty of broken people. I'm listening. Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least... You mean the length of a toilet?
No one takes a 15-minute leap.
Look, fuck you, man. I might also have stopped...
She speaketh truth.
And? The gun store. Trigger Happy Jacks. What did you think? Sure.
The breach?
No.
This is such...
I'm not...
That murder.
The Trigger Happy Jack. What did you think? Yeah. Evidence. I considered her a good friend, yeah. Oh, so that's where you were going. That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had
The lieutenant watches her, expectant.
Okay, fine. I was into her. Clausy was into me too for a time, I know it. We even...
Clausia only said they maybe kissed. Someone is lying there.
If that's what she wants on the record, so be it. I'm not about to go into details for you.
Really? Is that blood on the ground before you?
Yeah. She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me and valued my friendship so much, and how guilty she felt for leading me on. I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought fine. Yeah, I was a little worried to blow it out.
By the way, DeLorean tragedies are still held in high regard for innovation.
What?
Her hand slipped from the dial of the compressor.
Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The Merc was the... Go ahead. Your body. Who doesn't? The view's pretty... It's very... Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, no. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style. I never did understand. So now I'm leaving... No, I did not. So...
Maybe twist the knife, just in case. Make her more desperate.
Yeah, that figures. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking? Man.
She deliberately...
I got lucky.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious. Yeah? Where? I heard you in the passages. So you found my shack, huh? So nice. I was.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency.
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had...
Those rings are...
Police radio?
Who hasn't? He was still warm, with the bluish light coming through the broken window.
She eyes you.
It's okay.
All right, don't kill yourself over it. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerve. No, she asked me to come upstairs.
You made it look like you'd been hanged.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea. Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me.
So she's like tricking us, right? Again, like that's not shocking. I was expecting that part, right?
I wasn't sure whether to admire her, as I keep telling...
But even if this is true, weren't you worried?
War?
She doesn't want...
Fuck it. I'm not responsible. I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around.
So this is what she was scared to tell.
Yes.
Oh, fucking hell. It's especially bad suddenly.
Everyone in...
If she knows that about you, she...
Nah. You've been...
Wait, what?
Fuck.
So you found my shack, huh? Not...
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit.
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway? Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had two guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either. One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him. And the woman... That sound about right?
No idea who these people are. But
Well...
she means it. You better make your move soon. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but... She looks at the machine, assessing the damage. Her hand trembles.
fuck it.
If she kills herself, you'll get her gun. You should know the words to say, because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself. Try. No, wait.
Oh.
She flashes you an incredulous grin. Then you watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
We clear up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. We need to move it somewhere. That tent, there.
Oh, we got a gun.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. It was pitched. You see,
We should put her in the sleeping.
the lieutenant nods. There she lies, cocooned in the sleeping magazines. Assorted soft
See anything?
Rager Monthly. You pocket the worn brown.
We should read.
That shit
It's
rolling.
the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of. A thick journal. The cover is made of. Schneller. She had good. The journal falls open. The large cursive of. Perhaps too confident. It's a mix of. Hard to tell exactly.
There could be useful information.
Esoteric radio technology. Short, wry observation. The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads nothing on March 4th. She is referring to betraying her previous employer. Does this suggest she did it in self-defense? That name isn't mentioned. Small one. Great. M's peon is coming to town. No doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head while I'm napping in my lorry or on a... Then again, isn't that what I've been doing? The call? Did M call her personally? Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave or if I'll be ratted out. They will. Did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people. They'd take measures to... The entry ends abruptly. The most recent, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea.
I don't think she killed the mercenary. It looks like she might have been framed. She was in plenty of trouble, even without... No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure. The head of a major Jamrock gang.
He's not 100% sure you're not indebted to this very...
Classy was the one who... One thing is for certain.
Okay. Alright, I think we're gonna end here, right? Are we at, we're at 44, so yeah. Next episode we'll continue on. We'll do another episode. What time is it? It's probably like 2. It's 2 o'clock in the fucking morning. Yeah, we'll do another episode. Thank you for watching.